All right, everybody. We're going to get our cards here. I left them on my bed for good measure. And yeah, so let me come in here. Again, still getting our stuff set up, still getting things kind of figured out here. There we go. All right. So, how's everyone doing today? It is a Wednesday, my dudes. My dudes! So that's about as much enthusiasm as I can muster. If you can tell, I'm very, very excited. Um, I'm shaking with excitement right now. If you guys can't tell that, I don't know what to tell you. I actually do. This video is going to be like 11 minutes, and so I'm going to be telling you stuff almost this whole time. But hopefully it has been a good Wednesday, and hopefully you guys are ready to see some cards. So let's get these shuffled up, and yeah. So, horrible joke, I know, but I was thinking if you had a criminal. No, that joke's so bad. I'm so sorry. If you had a criminal that was, they were a kleptomaniac and they had pica. Pica is where you will like eat things that you're not supposed to. Like nickels and dimes and coins, and apparently it's all money based with me. But it can be anything that's like within the realm of eating possibility, and you shouldn't eat stuff, but it's like you're compelled to. So if you had someone who was a convicted criminal who had pica, would they be a culprit? See, it's bad. Instead of culprit, you have culprit because they're eating things. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. That was the first joke I've made up in a long time, and it will be the last joke that I will ever do. Anyway, hopefully you guys like this down here that I did. I think it looks pretty nifty keen, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, it probably means that you're not in your 30s. And you should be thankful for that, because as soon as you hit 30, things get real dirty, and not in a fun way. Just in general, everything's just dirty. You notice dust where you shouldn't. And I started growing moss on the left side of my body. I just don't move around that much, but the moss will soon overtake me, and I am fine with that. Anyway, let's see what we got for you guys. So let's shift to our handy dandy cameraman in the sky. Oh. Oh, okay, he died. All right, hold on. Get things going here. All right, come on, Jim. Come on. Jim is the tiny cameraman that lives above my my closet space. We have an arrangement. Jim is not fulfilling his part of the bargain. All right, there, Jim. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. All right. Let's do this. Don't know why. Okay, I changed some things as you can tell. I'm not in the frame here. But you know what? I can probably go like this. You guys probably aren't seeing anything on your end. But I'm going to go like that. Get ourselves situated there. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see what cards we get here, and let's see what we can do, okay? So we're going to be shuffling these cards. By the way, this is my favorite deck. This is the Fountain Tarot. Kind of hard to see it because of the way the writing is. And it's hard to see it on that side, too. Anyway, this is my favorite deck. I've had it for a long time. And, yeah, it's pretty good. All right. That was cool. The cards split there, and it showed the moon and the sun. Anyway, let's see what we get for... well, let's see what we get for Wednesday. Okay, so we have the Star card. Okay. And now I'm going to actually remove myself from this equation so we can focus more on the cards. So we have the star card right here, followed by the High Priestess and Judgment. Oh boy, that's a spread. Okay, so, and that's how you say cheese in Spanish. So we have got this card here. This is going to be the star card. This one is in reverse to you. This one is not. I'm saying this because the camera's upside down the way I have it, but I'm going to be reading these for how they look on the camera. So the only card that's in reverse would be the High Priestess. So let's look at this card first. So we have the star card right here. This card is going to be telling us that something could be coming to us, something that we've been waiting for, something that we've been wishing for, could be well and on its way to us. So this is a really good card, actually. This could also be an Aquarius individual. So you could be looking at something coming up with an Aquarius, or you could be looking at something just coming up in general. That would be something you've been wishing for, or something that you've been waiting for a while. What you are seeking is also seeking you, young traveler. Yeah, so this is good. This is some good shit right here. Is what we call it in the business, is the good shit. So then over here, we have the High Priestess in reverse. This could be something coming to us, maybe not in the way that we intended for it to come to us, but it's still coming to us. You know what I mean? It's like getting a Capri Sun and realizing there's a little bit of alcohol in there. You don't know how it got there, but you drink the Capri Sun anyway. Yeah, I've got weird things that happen in my life, if you haven't already wondered and guessed. Anyway, but it's basically getting the thing that you want, but not in the way that you were necessarily thinking about it. But life has a funny way of kind of giving us things that we want when we need them, when we want them, but not necessarily in the way that we intended for them to be. But who are we to second guess the universe and how it operates? Okay, then we have Judgment. And the Judgment card here is going to be that we need to just let things go, and we need to just let things kind of happen the way that they're meant to. The Judgment is kind of like, so you'll see there's kind of like a trumpet is what I would call it. And then there's kind of like a Kleenexy kind of thing coming out of it. It reminds me of things that can happen in mediumship when there's a really advanced medium. They can form what's called a trumpet. We won't get into that today. But this is something here where it's like a calling, something you have been waiting for is well and on its way. It's coming. It's going to be something that's going to be a very powerful thing. Obviously, there's 3 major arcana. The only thing is that we may have it come to us and we would be like, whoa, what is this all about? What is this? Why is it happening this way? We do not get to decide how things happen in our lives in a lot of ways, but we do get to decide how we react to those things and if we can be grateful for those things. And sometimes bad things come in good packages and good things come in bad packages. And I'm using good and bad kind of as a way to say there's positives and there's negatives. Good and bad doesn't really exist. It's human perception that makes it so. Positive and negative, it's kind of in the same way. They don't really exist. It's human perception that makes it so. Because we can have really good things come from bad situations, and we can have really bad things come from good situations. And so how something starts does not mean it's going to end that same way. Okay? So it's always important to appreciate what we already have so that we can eventually get more in the future and we can keep appreciating it and getting more. And it's not because we're greedy, it's because we want to live life to the fullest, and we can do so when we have the choices and options available to us. So hopefully that's something that we have that is available to us. And I don't know why my headphones are still in. I can hear. I was wondering why I couldn't hear. Okay, hold on. But that's something that I think is really important to look at, is that these cards here can be a way for us to, well, to get a tarot reading, for one, but also it can be a way for us to understand ourselves and the situations that we're going through a lot more. This right here is basically, like I said, things are going to be coming to us, but they won't be in the way we're necessarily expecting. But how are we expecting things to come to us, right? What makes it so that we feel entitled to have things happen a certain way. It's expectations. It's that feeling that it needs to happen this way because it's how we've imagined it. And that sounds great, but life tends to give us things in packages we weren't necessarily expecting. Like a random Amazon package that's filled with, um, I don't know, maybe a cactus. I don't know what you guys order. Ordering a cactus on Amazon at this time of year is weird, but I'm gonna judge a little bit, but not too much. Anyway, it's one of those things that it just takes time for a lot of things to unravel. And in this situation here, it's looking like something is on its way fairly quickly because when we're dealing with major arcana, this is a lot of energy. This is a lot of energy. So your minor arcana are anything other than these kind of face cards that we get. So these are considered major arcana, all three of them in this reading. This is not common to have 3 major arcana come out, especially when they're these powerful cards. Like the star card, for instance, that's the hope of something coming in. That could be something that you're wishing for. This right here, the High Priestess, is about intuition, but when I'm seeing it like this, it's going to be that your intuition that it happened a different way. And when I say intuition, I'm meaning like into wishing, but I'm saying intuition. So you're intuiting that it happened another way, but it's going to happen how it needs to happen. And then the Judgment card here, this is going to be a calling, something that you've been waiting for. And so this is really, really powerful. But if it happens, if something that you've been waiting for happens in a way that you are not expecting, let it go and see where it takes you. Okay, instead of trying to control the outcome, trying to control the situation, let things go and see what happens that way, because that's going to be kind of what you need to look at moving forward here. So, with that being said, everyone, I am hoping that this sounds good. I'm realizing now when I switch streams, I'm using a different microphone, so this might sound awful all the way through. Okay. I'm going to start this video over again. Okay, I will see you guys in a minute. Take care, everyone.